Cyclone 52 chest press. I'll be using the Pure Motion Ultra Sling simply because it's softer on my arm as opposed to use handles because it could create some kind of discomfort and being abrasive on my arm due to the carabiner and the rope. So to avoid that, I'm going with the Ultra Sling, which I highly recommend. In terms of handprint, put your hands at the bottom of the Ultra Sling in this configuration, not on your fingers. Okay, if you do that, you're going to put a lot of stress on your wrist. Did you get that, Jimmy? Excellent. Okay, so I recommend to bring it down here. Okay, and you can keep your hands open. The idea is to try to maintain that wrist as neutral as possible. Okay, once you understand that, bring your arms about uh, right below the shoulder. You're going to lean back, lean forward, lower your center of mass, and take a step forward. Okay. Notice that I keep my elbow close to my ribs. Okay. I don't bring it back because if you do that, now you're creating undesirable shoulder hyperextension. Okay. You want to bring it right here. Your shoulder blade should be flat. Okay. And then once you're here, notice your footprint. My footprint is not yours, mine. My front foot is flat, toes to heel, with a slight tilt. My back heel is up, and I'm slightly coiled. So my back toes are pointing to my front midfoot, just slightly. Now, Jimmy, move a little bit closer, most front of me, so they can see that I'm not in a wide stance. Okay, I am more in a straight, almost a straight line. I would say it's more like hip width. See, right here. Okay. Now, this is your start position. Okay. From here, all you do is extend the elbows. Okay. Right here. Now, my personal opinion or my personal preference is to do it with a little slight tilt. Okay, to the front leg, just a slight tilt. Why? You guess right. The center of mass I feel is better when I have that slight tilt. And you're right too, because I'm trying to look at that perpendicular line between my nose, knee, and third toe. Even though it's a bilateral movement, in terms of your footprint, it's unilateral. So I'm here. So and that feels way better. I feel so much better control. Okay. So this is your Cyclone 52 chest press. Now, an alternative to the grip, I have a preference. I'm going to come back in just 1 second. This is how I really like to perform the Cycle 52 chest press with gymnastic legs. The number one reason is my wrist is in a neutral joint alignment. Okay, it just takes any pressure from the joint, from the wrist joint, and it's so comfortable to hold it like so, as opposed to the way I showed you earlier. Okay, but I want to give you both choice. Okay, in terms of motion, that pressing movement is the same. Okay, so common mistakes is number one when performing the split, there's a tendency of collapsing the heel. Okay, that's very common. Not only I see heel being the back heel collapse, but also the foot turn out. Okay, so it doesn't feel that bad, but when it comes to performance and understanding force lines and how you to project your body, okay, it's always been in favor of your body projecting, the force in the direction of the movement. Okay, so if I'm performing a press in this direction, I want my whole body committed to that line. Okay, so as opposed to be here. When you're here, you see how when you turn your foot flat laterally, your hip open. So now it's almost like there's a power leak to my right side, even though I want to punch this way. It doesn't feel with the same kick, the same power, the same force production when I'm here. When I'm here, I'm in control and I can direct all the force horizontally. Okay. The other mistake that is fairly common is that the press, well, users tend to flare their elbows out and then they perform an overhand grip, press, and then the sling comes on top. See, it's not entirely wrong, but it just doesn't feel as natural as you might think. Okay, I like to keep it neutral right here and just extend and flex the elbow. Another reason why I like to keep it that way is because this pressing movement and the way I'm standing has its roots in combat. And in combat, you usually pushing and pulling right here in this area. Okay, and when you're pushing and pulling right in this area, the pushing and pulling happens mostly in that neutral grip. You're barely doing a push and a pull like so. Okay, that is the thinking process, of why I like to keep it more neutral. Okay, in this position. Plus, honestly, it just feels way more joint friendly.